deep breath in. Now imagine breathing in, but no oxygen gets to your lungs, only CO2 gases. You'd imagine you wouldn't live very long if that was our reality. Earth's atmospheric CO2 levels are rising every day. According to CO2.Earth, a website that's committed to tracking Earth's carbon dioxide levels, in the past year alone, CO2 levels have risen 2.69 parts per million, or 0.65%. CO2 levels have been higher than they ever have been in the past 8 million years, and scientists predict that the levels will only rise higher in the future. These high CO2 levels will inevitably have negative effects on Earth and Earth's inhabitants, such as melting ice caps, sea level risings, and stronger, more intense hurricane-related storms. But what if I told you that there's a solution to these potentially deadly statistics? A solution you could help fund with just a change in your couch. The American Forest Organization is an organization that has been restoring forests for over 140 years. Their mission is simple: help the world breathe. You see, trees consume CO2 gases, and from that CO2, trees release oxygen, something every human already understands they need in order to live. The American Forest Organization helps America by focusing on 4 things: forest and climate, forest and wildlife, forest and water, and lastly, forest and people. To start, forests help capture more than 14% of carbon dioxide emissions caused by humans. Because of this, the National Forest Organization has planted over 55 million trees in all 50 states. To put this into numbers, a typical hardwood tree can absorb as much as 48 pounds of carbon dioxide per year. It is estimated that by the time a tree reaches the age of 40, it would have trapped as much as 1 ton of CO2. Forest Organization plants trees to help Earth's CO2 levels regulate, but planting trees also helps recover hundreds of thousands of acres of wildlife habitats. Every year, wildlife is threatened by deforestation, whether that be from natural disasters or urbanizations, aka home buildings. Because of this, America is seeing many forest life animals start to go endangered or even worse, extinct. Every time an animal goes extinct, the world unravels a little bit. To put this into real life, imagine if the United States government sought to deforest a part of our nation to build more housing developments to meet the rising population numbers. Now for this example, let's say the forest inhabits birds, fish, mammals, amphibians, bugs, and many other animals you can imagine that might live in a forest. If the US government were to demolish the forest they live in, they would not only lose their home and their food source, but humans would also be affected by this. Not only would humans lose a big chunk of their oxygen supplies, but they'd also be affected agriculturally. Along with helping protect and restore wildlife habitats, the American Forest Organization is committed to protecting our water supplies as well. Forests produce clean water for 180 million Americans through canopy interception. Canopy interception is the rainfall that is intercepted by the canopy of a tree, which the tree then evaporates into its leaves. Forest also helps pollution out of rivers and streams and reduces damage from floods by slowing and absorbing rain. Planting trees alongside streams and rivers has many more benefits, such as filtering sediment, removing nitrogen and phosphorus leaching from adjacent agricultural land uses, provides stability to the bank through wood root systems, shading and modifying stream temperatures, and even reduce stream velocity. The American Forest continuously works with partners like the PUR Project, an organization that helps companies regenerate ecosystems that they depend on, as well as the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, local conservation districts, and private landowners to plant trees along streams and rivers. The last issue that the American Forest Organization focuses on is forest and people. Given the fact that trees only help humans, the American Forest Organization is committed to creating jobs opportunities for Americans in rural areas and under-resourced neighborhoods. The organization also offers partnerships and activities that promote greater equality in addition to offering employment. The organization also states that strategic forest restoration is a worthwhile investment that could save taxpayers money by lowering the cost to treat drinking water and deter harm from storm events. As the American Forest Organization has many opportunities for American citizens to get involved and help save our planet. For starters, for every dollar that's donated to the organization, a tree will be planted in a threatened forest that they're working on restoring. However, if you are unable to donate money, they have other options to help. For example, calling your state senator and asking them to pass a bill to protect our forests and national parks is a good step. In conclusion, every living thing on Earth relies on trees. Without trees, Earth's CO2 levels would get dangerously high very quickly, and life as we know it would cease to exist. This problem goes way above affecting just animals. It affects humans as well. Going back to my intro, next time you take a breath of fresh air, thank a tree for its service. Without trees, you'd be dead.